I can hear the demons call when they do what they do. And now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you.
Hey guys, welcome to the Oracle of Lilith. My name is Amy, and today I'm doing a pick a card all about the messages that Hecate has for you about ways you can improve your craft or your practice. The great goddess Hecate came to me and asked me to do this reading, and I was more than happy to oblige. So that's what we're doing today. If this is your first time to my channel, hi, hello, it's so good to have you. I hope you will consider subscribing to my channel and becoming a member of my tribe. If you're a returning subscriber, hey guys, what is up? How are you? It's always good to connect with your energy, and I truly appreciate you guys being here. Now, just keep in mind, this is a general reading. It's a general session, so just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. I do offer personal private readings, but right now they are closed. However, if you're curious, I do have a link below where you can check out my readings that I offer, and you can also get on my wait list as well. My wait list is probably going to open up first before I open up to the general public, so they're going to have first dibs on my slots. So yeah, so what I have here is a bit of a pre-shuffle. I will be pulling tarot and other cards as I need to for clarity. Your psychic linking object are these coins. These coins were donated. They were sent to me by Rosie over at the Abyss Tarot, and they are just the coolest coins. And I'm going to show you each one of them up close so you can get a better vibe of each group. Group 1, you are the Anubis Coin. This is such a cool coin. And I will show you the back. It has like an eagle on the back. Group 2, you are Charon. Very cool coin. I'm going to show you the back. It's a bull's head being used as the scales. Group 3, I am calling this the Lilith Coin, okay? For obvious reasons, right? So, now let's look at the back. An aspect of Lilith most people aren't really familiar with. All right, so that is you, group 3. All right, guys, so those are going to be your selections. I will insert a little video with some backing music for those of you guys who need more time to decide which group you're drawn to. Now, if you're drawn to more than one group, there's probably more than one message here for you. And with that said, I'll see you beautiful, magical creatures on the other side. Bye, guys.
I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I've changed for the better this time. I thought I would never be fine. I strive just to say I'm alright, and for the first time in a long time I'm alright. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I'm not falling. I'll push all my chips and call all in. I'll bet on myself, you keep stalling. I hear destiny and I'll go in life. Still nobody knows, but I'ma choose what's right and take what comes and goes. And ain't no one in life holding me back no more. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. Back a year ago.
Group 1, all of you that selected this really cool Anubis coin, this is going to be your reading all about how you can improve your magical practice, your craft, your spiritual path, however this resonates for you. So yeah, let's get into it and see the cards that came out for you. Keep in mind, it's a general reading, so take what resonates. We have Aradia, Magic. All right. Guys, see that? Okay. We have Hensbane. Yeah, Henbane. Witch's Round. Dedication, Altar. A Peace of the Goddess, Inner Peace. Home at Last, Aloneness. Milk and Butter, 25. Like the silk off one's flesh, I am the giver, I am your eternal. Expansion. Interesting. Hensbane is a Jupiter, corresponds with Jupiter, and this hemp card, which is a cannabis card. It used to be a cannabis card in this deck, but they changed it to hemp. Anyway, the expansion card is very much a Jupiter influence as well. We have Banishment, Black Pepper. Salt, Protection. So you have salt and pepper here. Interesting. And we have Willpower. Okay, you guys. I'm going to tell you, first of all, I feel some fear or apprehension at acceptance of gifts. I feel there is a resistance to accept the primal force that magic can be. There is a need here to connect deeper with your primal energies through the Witch's Round, okay? The Witch's Round goes back in folklore. Basically, there's stories about the devil teaching witches this kind of dance, okay? At times it was told that this dance was done by force with switches and things like that. And at times it was done in ecstasy. The thing about the Witch's Round is it's really about power building. Building up the energies around you to create a magical field, a primal field. You're building this energy through primal action, through dance, through music. You can do it through a lot of different ways, playing the drums. You can do it through trance work. You can do it through meditative work. What's the most important thing is to connect with that primal energy, that energy that in the modern world we suppress. And we have a hard time giving it catharsis. So we see it kind of, oops, sorry, I didn't mean to shake the camera. We see it coming forward in our society, especially now with all the craziness, in very dangerous ways, in ways that hurt and strike out at others. And the thing is that that energy, when it is built in ways that are, I don't want to use the word structured because it's primal energy. So primal energy in itself is wild and chaotic. Okay. But when you build it with intention, and you build it to place that energy into your magic will become explosive. It will take on a whole new level of power. And there seems to be in group one, I'm feeling a denial, a resistance to this. Listen, I'm going to tell you something, honey. You can clear your space, which I get that, banishment, protection. I feel like, we do things according to plan, according to the way we've been taught. Some of you guys, you cast the circles, you call the corners, you do all that stuff. But there's a lack of primal force, life force, vitality in your magic. Okay. Some of you guys might be growing a little bored. You may not be seeing your magic kind of like popping the way it once did, or maybe your magic has never really taken flight. You haven't given it wings. Some of you guys may be new to magic. And I got to tell you, I think I'm going to be like crystal clear here. I think some of you guys underneath all this resistance are gifted spirit mediums. I think you have a connection to the realm of the dead through Anubis. Okay. I think that some of you guys have had past lives where you were actually necromancers. That won't resonate for all of you. So there are reasons why you resist your own power. Okay. Because underneath all of this, you are extremely powerful. And the resistance to own it is also a kind of statement of an inner knowing and understanding that you know how powerful you are. And once you unleash your power, things will change. And it's kind of like a subconscious fear of this massive change. Okay, I understand this. Okay, because once you really start working in this primal energy, and you have to do this like nobody's watching you. Okay, whether it's through music, you lose yourself to the ecstasy of music and dance, moving your body, whether you get lost in your art or playing music, normally it's something that is creative, something that is a force all its own. It's something you can get lost in, okay? And it connects you with desire, with your own power, with a deeper force. Some people get this from being out in nature. That's why we have a lot of stories of witches in the woods and in fields at night with fire, dancing around flames and things like that. It's very powerful when we open up to the wildness within us, okay? And it can be scary. You may fear your own power to a degree. It may be subconscious, okay? We have Aradia here, okay? And I think it's very important as we present Aradia to help you really understand that you are the source of your magic, okay? Aradia is about self-empowerment. It's about you walking into your sense of power and getting more into your primal energy, honoring your desire. You are allowed to desire things. You are allowed to want different things than the people around you. You're allowed to go get the things you desire. Desire itself is not bad, okay? We get judged for our desires. We get judged for wanting things or wanting to experience things or wanting things that are different. Stop judging yourself. Stop judging your abilities. That judgment in itself is a block to your magic blossoming. There's a need here to walk into full acceptance of who you are. You are a witch. It is what you are. In order to fully manifest your absolute potential in the realm of magic and the craft, you must know you're a witch and accept this to be true, okay? And there is a process for many people of working through the fear. And I'll tell you something that can really help you work through the fear. Get a hold of your primal self. Anger is not a bad emotion. The things that have made you suppress yourself, underneath all of that is anger. It's rage at having to shrink yourself to fit expectations that other people want you to fulfill. Underneath it all, you are this wild primal creature that is creative and magical and very powerful and very connected to this realm and other realms. Many of you connect through nature. See, I feel this here as a forest, and there's a pathway here, and we have the snake here, and I'm reminded of Pythia and the oracles of Delphi. I'm reminded of Apollo, the temples of Apollo. I just feel like you are very connected here with Anubis. There's a lot of oracle energy here. I feel like your magic is going to expand as you own more of who you are. Now, you have a very powerful will, okay? And I think part of the issue is that your will is so strong that when you resist, it's very strong. You fight yourself. Get out of your own way. It's time to work through that energy. It's time to work through it. It's time to deal with it. You can't deal with it later. If you want to progress in this path, you have to deal with your fears. You have to deal with the fear of people finding out who you are. You're going to have to work through it. Okay, it doesn't mean you have to broadcast to the world that you're a witch. It doesn't mean that. It just means that you no longer hide who you are. You're no longer ashamed. You're no longer shrinking who you are, and you're going to expand. You're going to allow yourself to expand into the fullness of who you are. You're going to accept yourself as you are. The primal energies can help you. Funnel that energy into your magic. The purpose for the witches round is to build energy. Is to build some people call it the cone of power. You can call it what you will, but to build the energy. Yes, before you do magic, you want to clear, you want to clean, you want to do all that stuff. You want to call the corners, whatever's meaningful for you. You know, everybody's different. But the real comes is when you take time in your outer chamber, however you look at it, to build your energy, to build your power, to connect with the primal force that is magic. Through music, through dance, through art, through drumming, through playing music. There's just so many different things, okay? So it's important to connect and to lose yourself in that energy. Okay, allow it to flow through you. Build it. Connect with the power of you. And for many of you, you need to do this separately from your working for a while. You need to just build your power. Build your power. Connect with it. Feel it. What does it feel like? What kind of inspirations does it give you? If you're already doing this, I feel like you need to do it more. You need to explore that space, that primal space, okay? I feel like you guys have just begun to tap that, and some of you haven't tapped it at all, and you need to. It's really going to help, like, transform your power. And some of you guys, your altar space is very important. And I understand that we might be in spaces where it's difficult to have a particular type of altar. Listen, you don't have to have all the bells and whistles. The altar space is about the energy, okay? You can have a candle for 5 minutes and focus on that as your altar and create a very powerful seat of power for Aradia or Hecate or whatever goddess. Or you could create an altar to yourself as a witch, honoring your witchy self, communing with your witchy self, building your altar of power as a witch. It's an act of self-love. It's an act of self-care. It's an act of self-evolution and self-empowerment. And you can fill that altar with all sorts of different things. Some of you guys need to come to terms with being a witch. Okay. And I don't like labels. I'm one of those people, I absolutely detest labels because I feel like at times we can become prisoners of our labels. Okay. But I do think for a lot of people, witch can be a very expansive label. It's like a doorway. It's like a gate. Once you declare yourself a witch and you wear the label, you are kind of pulling yourself outside the norm. And once you go outside the norm, a lot of outside the norm kind of ideas and energies open up to you. And you begin to see your life, your world, your visions through whole different eyes. The experience of your life becomes very magical. And I feel like you guys need to kind of decide if you want to have a magical life. Okay, magical life. A magical life is one where, magic kind of is in everything. It's in everything you do. Everything you do has a magical slant. When you're cooking, you don't just cook. Energies in the food you create. When you're washing your clothes, you're not just cleaning your clothes. You're energetically cleaning your clothes. Like everything you do has kind of a hint of magic in it. And when you do that and you allow that to bubble up and become how you deal with the world, you will find that your magic begins to flow so effortlessly. Like it's your nature, because it is. Because you're in flow with the harmony of your universal experience. I do feel like it's very important that you guys do banishments and protections. Okay, the banishment here I'm feeling is coming forward with this fear. Okay, you cannot banish the internal fear that you deny. Okay, so there's a need here for you to face your fear, to see what it is and allow it to come forward. Okay, listen, it's hard. It's hard to be judged. It's hard to be among the class of people who are judged for who you truly are. Okay, but you are not alone in that. There's a lot of us who are judged for who we really are. And after living a lifetime being other people's expectations of who I am, I can tell you, I have far more enjoyed my time living my truth than I did living a life someone else wrote for me. Okay, there is a kind of treasure in living your truth. You experience the world in a whole different way. It becomes a real journey and adventure. Okay, let's see all of these tarot cards that came out for you. All right. Okay, we have the shadow in reverse. Okay, I'm feeling like there's a denial. Like I said, like this whole reading has been about. There's a block, there's a denial. There is a suppression. It feels like anger, rage, fear of really walking into this. For some of you guys, this is past life energy. Like you've probably been a witch, or you were accused of witchcraft or something in different areas of the world, depending. Might have been both. You might have also been an accuser of witchcraft. So there are several different things. Take what resonates. But you know how judgmental and how potentially dangerous it can be, And so there's fear here. There's probably fear of losing people. Maybe you've already lost people and you're just like, so you're waffling. Not really. I don't want to use the word waffling. What is the word I want to use? You're kind of like lingering on the edge of like, you want to go to the next level. You probably have the basics here. You probably have done some things, but there's another level of power waiting for you. And it's like you have to make the leap. You have to fully embrace your power, okay? You have to get into your primal nature and understand yourself on a primal level of desire, okay? It is not wrong for you to have desires, wants, and needs. It is not wrong. Listen to me. It is not wrong for you to use your magic to help you get the things that you want and desire, okay? It's not wrong. That's what it's there for. It's there for you to help you attain the life that you want and to help other people. But, you don't have to be Mother Teresa, although I will say, some people say she wasn't all that, okay? But, that didn't come from me. We have the Nine of Cups. This is wish fulfillment. This feels like magical fulfillment. This feels like my magic manifests. I'm seeing it manifest now in a bigger, more bolder way. I'm seeing more validations just come and hit me in the face, like magic speeding up, more manifestations. We have the Lovers, knowing self. The Lovers just isn't just about truly knowing another, true love, blah, blah, blah. It's also about honoring and loving self. And I feel like that's what we're doing. We're honoring the truth of self with the shadow in reverse. We're going to turn that card upright and we're going to honor our shadow. We're going to say, yeah, I'm afraid. I'm not ashamed of it. I'm scared. There's nothing wrong with being afraid. We all get scared, okay? And acknowledging it and facing your fears doesn't mean it disappears. It's not going to disappear. It just means you go forward in the face of fear because you have divine support here. You have Aradia here. How do you go forward? You build your power. You build your power. You do power building through the witches round. Okay? You go where your intuition guides you in your practice. And you stop judging yourself. You want to study necromancy? Then go look into it. Stop judging yourself. You want to study herbalism? Go look into it. Stop judging yourself. Stop wondering who's looking at you. Stop worrying about it, okay? Your guides have you. And there's a definite wish fulfillment coming. We have the Page of Pentacles. I feel that. We have the Hermit here. So I feel like, there's this energy with the shadow in reverse and the Page of Pentacles of, I feel like you're having a really hard time maybe seeing maybe your magic is manifesting in a disjointed way, or there's a constant stream of angel numbers, but no like tangible things manifesting, okay? And this will help you. Connecting with your primal energy, okay? Creating a place of focus. It doesn't have to be an official altar, but a place of focus, a place of power, a place where you can go and build your power, a place where you can go and focus energy, a place where you can go and, create a space that honors you as a witch. Just, and it doesn't have to be overly witchy. It can be symbols that remind you of your witchy self, okay? This is honoring the truth of you, all right? And the Hermit here, I feel like that's kind of where your energy wants to go. And what I'm feeling here is a trip within, magic is such a personal experience. And what happens and what you see and what you witness many times can't be put into words to other people because it is so magical, okay? The one thing about this pathway of magic I see in this card is that you know self. It really is a pathway of self-knowledge. It's a pathway of occult knowledge, the occult knowledge hidden within you, discovering the truth of yourself. There is a wisdom here with the Hermit. You will be far more wise. You will be far more full of self-awareness. This is a path of self-empowerment that you are being invited to go on. But in order to become truly self-empowered, we must acknowledge our fear, acknowledge our resistance, and work to the point of courage in taking the leap to move through it. Okay, it's not an easy thing to do. All right, I'm not saying that this is just going to happen. That's why some of you guys just need to work on building your power, like experiencing what that feels like, and primal rights of music, dancing, catharsis, art, things like that. Whatever comes to mind, do that. Experience it. Do it where no one can see you. Okay, go crazy with it. Get out in the woods, howl at the moon. Do what you need to do to connect to that more primal self. You will find the seat of your power there. You will find the seat of your courage there. You will find the truth of yourself there, okay? And it will really help you know your authentic voice more. You will get more comfortable with your magical self. You will no longer doubt your magical ability. This will help you see your manifestations really come forward. I'm seeing flowers just kind of like bursting through the ground with a great strength. So I feel like your manifestations will begin to really blossom. I feel like you guys have seen some things, but you haven't seen the manifestation with power, with like a punch. And that's what we're talking about here for group 1. Okay, group 1, that's what I got for you. I hope this resonated. If it did, please let me know down in the comments below. I would love to hear from you guys. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I'd love to have you as a member of my tribe. And if you'd like to see more readings like this one, give me a thumbs up. And I will see you beautiful magical creatures next time. Bye, guys. Hey, group 2, all of you that selected this Charon Coin. This is going to be your reading all about the message Hecate has for you on how you can improve your practice, your magic, your casting, your witchcraft, your spiritual path, however you choose to resonate with this. So, all right, let's get into the cards that came out for you. I feel like there's a crossing of realms here. There's a crossing of into a new time or a different level with this Charon. I'm sensing movement here, and I'm seeing a chariot, the chariot. So we'll be getting some tarot later in this reading. So we have Hecate, underworld. Of course, she's an underworld goddess, a goddess of magic, protector of women and children, the lost, the forgotten. We have the horned god, virility. We have sunflower. Malphus. I Won't Cry for You, number 22. Downcast Pride. Destiny. Defense. Cleansing. Purification. And we have Inner High Priestess, Divine Service. Okay, you guys. So it feels like there's a lot of pain here. I feel like you've been through a hard time. Okay. This downcasted pride really hurts. I always want to point out to people how this card really is like a headless body, like being disconnected from your body. Okay. You may be having issues dealing with your vessel, judging your vessel, feeling judged by your vessel, body issues, possibly body dysmorphia. I don't want to trigger anybody, so I will try to not trigger anybody. Okay. That's not what this reading is about. I feel like there's been a lack of concern or compassion. People haven't been really good to you. Like you haven't had people like invest in you. Whoops. I feel like sorrow here. A lot of sorrow for group 2. And I feel like your magic has been kind of full of this sorrow. And I feel like what is about to happen for you is that is going to be transmuted. Okay. Now, how are we going to do that? You may be having some depression here as well. I'm sensing like some of you guys may have some things in your house you need to clean up, things like that. You may be feeling overwhelmed and full of anxiety. You may be dealing with health issues, just general overwhelm right now, a lot of fear. I felt fear in group 1 as well. You may have been drawn to group 1. If you are, be sure to, check it out when you can. The horn god here, okay, is about desire. It's about sexuality. It's about primalness. He is that divine masculine energy. Magnetic, wild, the witch father of the woods, right? Who takes us out into the woods so we can connect with our primal nature, our lustful nature, if you will, connecting with our bodies in our environment. And I'm feeling like with Hecate and Charon here, I'm feeling like a crossing over into a time where you're more in the body. You're more connected with the body. You're feeling better and better about who you are. All this sorrow that you're feeling is going to be transmuted into a kind of confidence. And it's going to bring in a really good time. Okay, a good time, like good luck, good flow, not just a good time, honey, but, and you do need that. Part of what's wrong here is you need to give yourself permission to have a good time. You need to give yourself a good time, okay? You need to lighten your load, okay? I feel like you guys have probably done a lot of heavy magic, a lot of sorrowful magic, maybe some baneful working, but heavy lifting. You've been doing a lot of heavy lifting in your magic, and I feel the weight of it. It feels extremely heavy, and it may not be moving very quickly because it is so heavy, and I get that, okay? Some of you guys need to do more cleansing, okay? You need to purify your space more. As much as you think you're purifying and cleansing after working and before, it's not enough. I will tell you, the more you cleanse and the more that you purify your space and all of that stuff, return to cinders, all that stuff, the smoother this magic can work. It's like when you don't have all this other garbage working against you, you don't have leftover astral energies and leftover magical energies linger, and you release them and you allow it to do its work, you will see your magic manifest in a much more smoother way, much more quickly, and with greater power. I'm also getting here that some of you guys, you've done all this heavy magic, but you need more defenses. Okay, you need to think about layering your defenses. If you already have layers, you need to add another. Okay, listen, in this world right now, you cannot you can't have enough protections. Okay, like there's always another layer to add. Okay, and get creative with it. Experiment with it. Okay, the Seven of Swords came out. Okay, so some of you guys have an energy around you that is contributing to this downcasted pride, and I won't cry for you. There's someone in your energy that you need to cleanse yourself of. It may be somebody you have to work with or you have to be around for whatever reason. Okay, and this reading isn't about that person. What it's about is, going to the next level with your magic, improving your magic. So if there is a situation or someone that you have to be around who you can't trust, who has betrayed you or lied to you, or you're having a hard time trusting them, I need you to cleanse your energy before you go around them and after you go around them. It will help you get clarity about this person and what you need to do. Some of you guys need to cast a protection spell or an amulet or some kind of mojo bag or something for you to carry on your person. They don't have to see it when you have to be around this person, okay? It will enhance a magical shield, a protection around you, all right? Some of you guys, you may be drawn to like spiritual sprays. Get you some, spiritual spray, dragon's blood, whatever, psychic clearing, whatever works for you, okay? Don't be afraid to use everything that is in the realm of witchiness to your advantage, okay? I feel like some of you guys have some heavy energy, all right? And when you deal with this kind of heavy energy and you're doing heavy lifting in your magic, you have to be on the mark with your protections, wards, things like that. Some of you guys need to bubble or do protections around your house. There's all different ways you can protect your house. Some people use, railroad spikes, in the four corners of their property and all that kind of stuff. You can use salt, although I don't encourage people to salt around their house because salt in your dirt can be destructive to the environment. You can do ash, you can do brick dust. There's all kinds of things you can do, okay? But think about the layers of protection around yourself and your home, your office. You can bring things into your office that are very, normie. And I don't like those labels, but let's just, for the sake of this reading, that look very normal, that won't spike a witchy, the witchy question. Bring them in and they can be very calming and offer a lot of protection. It could be plants. Plants might be really great, for you guys if you have an office. Or a crystal, put it in your desk. It's nobody's business what you have in your desk, as long as it's, not illegal, right? Okay, tell me more about the situation. We're working on a destiny here, though. There's a lot of positive energy with your future, okay? You may not be feeling super positive about it right now because there's some kind of influence going on. And that's why you need to You need to get your protections up, okay? I think this is really going to help speed things up. And feeling more protected will help you feel more balanced and will help you get more into this desirous energy, this virility, okay, this freedom and expression of your desires. Some of you guys have really been repressed in your sexuality and your expressions of your sensuality, and perhaps this is the one area of the craft that you have kind of like steered away from, or you don't understand why this is connected at all. But it really is about life force, and that's what the horn god is about: life force, about virility, about being present in your environment, fully in your body, and not spending that time judging yourself, but spending that time engaging the world with experience in your body and not judging. Experiencing. You know, you can't really experience things if you're busy judging yourself or the experience, right? Okay, and this judgment may come from the Seven of Swords. This may be an air sign. Yeah, it may be an air sign energy. It may be some gossip. Maybe somebody running their mouth to you. We have the Knight of Wands in reverse. Ooh, that's a nasty energy. That is a nasty energy. Very manipulative. At times can be very aggressive. You guys, a lot of you guys are not, some of you guys literally need to build a ward around this situation. Okay, and y'all, you can look it up. Okay, research it. That's part of being a witch, is researching your shit. Okay, reading and investing time, putting energy into your work. Listen, the truth is that you have to invest time in this practice. You have to look things up for yourself and learn. And yeah, it's great to learn stuff from people, but nothing replaces your own experience and learning things by your own research, okay? So always look for yourself. What is a ward? What is a ward? Go look it up. Look up what it is. Look up the practices of it. Look up the history of it. Where did it come from? Wards can be made of just about anything, okay? It really is about the power of intention. Understand that magic comes from your mind. It's an internal process. All the bells, all the whistles, all the crystals, all the books, everything does not matter if you don't have your magical vision going on within you. Okay. And magic is an internal process that flows outwardly through your tools. And they're connected, yes, and they can be very important, but you are the magic. All right, so we want to bring you into balance. I feel like that's what's coming for you. That's part of this threshold, this crossroads, is you coming into balance with the masculine and the feminine energy. Okay, the feminine here feels very strong. It feels like we're very connected to our feminine energy, to the point where it feels real heavy. And I feel like you're being asked now to kind of like go into more masculine energy in connecting with the body, connecting with action. When we connect with the vessel, when we connect with the body, fully present, we're able to do more action based on our feminine energy of intuition. And so we marry the two together and we're able to see our pathway become one that is more active and where our magic becomes so balanced that it brings a kind of inner peace to what we're doing. It's almost like a light switch gets turned on and there is a level of understanding. Sometimes we get stuck in the kind of this mental, emotional space where we're feeling all these emotions about the heavy lifting that we're doing magically, and understand that will clog up your magic. You know, the best magic is the magic that you put all the emotion into on your altar, your magical space, your table, whatever you're doing outside, wherever you're doing the magic. You go all in with your emotions. If you are, cut off from your body, if you are, not comfortable in the body, it's very hard to put all of your primal energy, your tears, your emotions into your magic in that moment and then let go. Then walk away. Then do the action. Then leave it. You leave it, the magic, in the magic. You leave the emotion. You leave the power in the magic. You've put it into the magic, and you know and trust your path, and you allow it to manifest by now doing the work, like doing the activity with the masculine energy. And sometimes we get stuck in the energy of the working, and it kind of follows us. And that's why we do the purification. That's why we do the cleansing. That's why we do the clearing. That's why we put up defensive wards. We can create energies around us that help us clear energy out, right? So we can move on. The best magic is the one you go all in on, full tilt on. Then, if you work a jar, you take the jar and you set it aside and you forget what you did. And you start acting intuitively, and the actions you're doing are connected to the work, but you're not in the energy anymore, if that makes any sense. It's almost like the magic is manifesting now through your actions, and eventually you're going to see the magic kind of like meet your actions in a manifestation. But it's very hard when we're clinging to emotions and the energies of that heavy lifting magic that we're trying to do. And if you have somebody around you who is kind of, bringing you down, kind of keeping your energy in a place of negativity, of the heavy lifting you're trying to do, it's very hard to move into the next step of manifestation. Okay. Malthus is about foundations, people, places, and things, not just foundations of like structures. He's about foundations that are people, seeing the weaknesses and strengths of people. And I feel like part of the Seven of Swords energy is you guys need to see part of the working and protection that I'm getting for you guys is you guys need to see the weakness in this person, situation, whatever. You need to ask for it to be revealed, the weakness, so that you can better protect yourself and possibly set up some kind of ward or protection that relates to that weakness. I feel ego here. I feel like someone is ate up with ego with the Knight of Wands in reverse. Okay, we have the Queen of Swords in reverse. Okay, now I feel like one of the weaknesses with this person, fire and air here, and we have the Tower. Okay, so I feel like this person they run off at the mouth. Okay, they're egotistical, they run off at the mouth, they probably have said some really horrible things to you. All right, and I feel like once you harness this weakness, once you figure out how to set up wards, a spell, protections, defense against this person, I feel like there's some kind of tower that's going to fall. Okay, as I throw the cards around, there's some kind of tower that's going to fall. Now, I feel like this is twofold. Okay, there's a tower that's going to fall for this person. Okay, and it's going to create a situation where you are feeling better. Okay, and you're able to kind of move forward in positivity towards your destiny, towards this positive state you really do want to be into. Also, this is an internal tower for you because there will be a sense of validation. Okay. I think the key part of what's coming through for you in improving your magical energy and this heavy lifting energy you've been doing is it's really important that you get into your body. Okay. Connect with your body. Connect not just with sorrow, but connect with pleasure. I tell you what, this is a hard one for a lot of people. Okay, it's really tough. And I know some people are like, yeah. No, it really is. There are a lot of people who, I'm a person who I'm still chronically ill, but I was in pain, in the depths of intense pain for years. That alone will make you shut off connections with your vessel. Okay. And then you have all the whole, body issues, the judgments of others and that kind of stuff. So it was really difficult for me to get into the space where I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to see if my body could even feel good, if it's even possible. because I didn't believe my vessel could even feel good. And maybe that's where you are. Maybe mentally you have felt so down that you're just not, you don't even know if you can be happy anymore. Maybe it's physical. If it is, please go to a doctor. Okay, please, please, please seek medical help. Okay, that's what it's there for. Seek professionals in either case. All right, but maybe it's just a case of you don't even know. So if you are in that space, I encourage you to, and I say this often, but it's powerful magic. It is so powerful. Think of something that you once found enjoyable or something that you might find enjoyable now. I often use food because it's the most accessible thing for most people. You can usually get something enjoyable to eat for very little money. I mean, it doesn't have to be a $100 piece of chocolate. It can be literally, a candy bar, but something that you used to really enjoy or you want to enjoy, whatever. It can be anything though. It can be perfume. It can be whatever. And make it a little moment. Make it a little ritual. Sit down with that piece of chocolate, that chocolate cake, that perfume. And when you bite into it, really think about what it tastes like, what it feels like in your mouth, how it feels like to swallow it, how it makes you feel, the chemicals from it. What does it make you feel like? Perfume, when you smell it, what does it smell like? What does it remind you of? How does it make you feel? When you put it on your skin and you feel the perfume kind of go on your skin, what does that feel like? When you smell it on your skin, what does it smell like now? How does it make you feel? Those kind of experiences can really help us root back into our body, especially when we have kind of disconnected because of pain. These ideas of perfection that our society has about bodies really do close us off from fully engaging in life experience. It robs us of really having rich lives. And as a witch, it is the ultimate act of defiance to say, you know what? I am going to embrace my life, my body as it is. I'm going to stop judging my vessel so harshly. Look how far it has brought me. And what I'm going to do, you're telling me to punish it for how it is. I'm going to love it. I'm going to give it good experiences. I am going to enjoy the sunshine, my life, and I'm going to nurture myself. These experiences will help you connect more with vital energy. It will help you transmute a lot of this heavy energy that lingers, that's lingering, that's not able to manifest, okay? It will help transmute it into energy where you can now move into action because you're more in your body. You begin to have a different relationship with your body, where now you know, hey, I can feel good things. I want to feel more good things. I want to experience more good things. It's like you come alive. That's magic, okay? You come alive, you reconnect, and you start thinking of things you want to experience. And a lot of times that is when intuitively that heavy magic you've been doing will start to work, and you'll get intuitive hits on how to maneuver and where to go. It's like magic. So that's what I'm getting for you guys. I feel like there are some really good things ahead of you. And I know for some of you, that's like hard to hear because it's been such a difficult journey. But I do feel like things are going to balance out for you. But there's a need here for you to actively seek to change your energy. Okay, that's one thing about being a witch. We don't wait necessarily for the rainbow. We go and create the rainbow for ourselves to help us move into different energies because we're aware. We're aware that we're in this energy and we're aware that we need to move out of it in order to move forward in the things that we're working on and manifesting. And I think that you're there. You're there and you're very close to seeing a lot of movement. And I know this is hard. This is a hard part. This is the part where we have to put a lot of our logic about magic, the logical things, and we have to start moving in the etheric, in the faith, in the knowings, in the intuition. We have to move in the space of magic, the magic that we are creating, okay? So lean into your intuition. Keep notes. When you get an intuitive hit, you guys need to write it down, okay? You need to write it down. And be patient. Okay, as you start to give yourself more changes in your energy through more positive experiences. Some of you guys need to go to the movies. You know, you need to get out in life. You need to start enjoying life again. And I know after that time of the distancing we all had to do, I'm still doing it. It's a lifestyle for me because of my illness, but it can take time. A lot of us were very traumatized by that, and it's hard to get back into life. And I feel like Hecate and the Horn God are calling you back to life. It's time to cross the threshold back into the world of the living and reconnect, okay? This heavy lifting that you've been doing, it's going to manifest very good things, but you have to take responsibility for your energy and be open to moving it. Okay. And I know it's not that easy. I know it may take multiple things. You may need to go to counseling, or you may need to go to a doctor, or you may need to change the way you eat and do other things. It's going to be different for different people. So that's why I say be open to the words of your guides, to Hecate, to whatever spirits you work with. Okay. Because they will give you information on how to facilitate this for you. Everyone's different. All right. Every witch is different. Okay. All right, group 2, that's what I received for you. I hope this resonated. If it did, please let me know down in the comments below. I would love to hear from you guys. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I love to have you as a member of my tribe. And if you'd like to see more readings like this one, give me a thumbs up. And I'll see you beautiful, magical witches next time. Bye, guys. Hey, group 3, all of you that selected the Lilith Coin, this is going to be your reading all about the messages that Hecate has for you on ways you can improve your magic, your craft, your spiritual pathway. Just take what resonates and leave the rest behind here. I will be pulling some tarot as we get into the reading, so let's get into it. The first card we have is the Old Ones, honoring. We have Moon Magic Phases. We have Dragon Tree. I can't pronounce this guy's name. Orobas, something like that. Anyway, that's this guy's name, the spirit. We have Surrender, 41. We have Ribbons, 33. That's a master number. We have Weaver of the Web of Life, Cooperation. Luna. Ooh, lots of moon energy here. Dispirited. Guardian, Familiar. Masculine, Lord God. And we have Lady Goddess. Okay, feminine. All right. Okay, you guys. Well, first of all, we have a lot of moon energy here. I feel like Luna, there's different moon goddesses. So you may have a moon goddess energy calling out to you. For some of you who that resonates, just take what resonates here. But we have the Old Ones, which is very much about ancestors. The ancestors of your bloodline, the ancestors of humanity. It can go back that far. I feel like for many of you, for group 3, ancestor work is going to be real important to you. Some of you guys are being called to heal your ancestors. How do we heal our ancestors? A lot of times we can do it by offerings. It can be in different ways. We can heal our ancestors by working on our own baggage that's been passed down through our bloodline, through our families, family patterns, family curses, if you will, or situations or behaviors that many times will repeat over and over within a family. These can be cycles of trauma and abuse and things like that. That can be addiction. And I feel like group 3, you guys may be the people in your family who is doing this kind of work. It's heavy lifting, okay? I felt heavy lifting for group 2, but yours is different. I feel like you're really being supported by your ancestors in this work, okay? This spirit here, Orobas, I think that's how you pronounce it. This is a very strong spirit. He really is a spirit of divination. He can help you with the future, past and the present. I feel like there is an energy here with the moon coming forward that can help offer you clarity about the situations that you are trying to clear. Perhaps you casted magic on this. And what I'm getting here is there is some emotional purging that needs to happen. Okay. And this is hard. This is hard. When you cast or you work with this kind of stuff, a lot of times you'll have this part come up, the emotion stuff, the pain stuff, the issues actually come up. You have dispirited here. So you can get depressed. You can get real sad. You can find yourself crying. You can find yourself not enjoying life, you know. The dragon's tree speaks of power, okay? The dragon's blood resin, often used, you know, for clearing energies, power energies. It can be a drawing. Dragon's blood can be a drawing energy as well. It really can empower your magic and take it up another step. But it also speaks of blood here. It speaks of bloodline as well. I feel like there's a clarity that I feel like you need to come to, is that the sorrow, the anger, and the emotions you're feeling are not just your own. It's from your bloodline. It's from your ancestors. And I feel like if you can come from that perspective and understand that this is coming, you're allowing your ancestors to clear. You're allowing your ancestors to grieve. You're allowing your ancestors to be angry at their oppression, at their, you know, the things that happened to them, at the abuse, at the trauma, at the maltreatment, at the restriction and things like that. I feel like it will help you get more clear on what powerful work you're actually doing. You're very powerful. We have the Lord and the Lady, the God and the Goddess present here. So I feel like, you know, we have ancestors. So there's a big work going on here for group 3. And I feel like the way Hecate is bringing this forward is encouraging you to use different phases of the moon, not just the full moon, not just the new moon, but to utilize like the waning moon and the crescent moon and all the different moon cycles, the formations of the moon. Really get into the moon magic. The moon can be a very clearing energy. It can really help you release some of this big energy. I feel like you're holding a lot of big ancestral energy from your bloodline because you're clearing, you're healing, you know, ancestor energy, family energy. And sometimes we have to connect with things that are much grander and have a much longer tradition in order to clear some of these really deep issues that we're using our magical ability to kind of clear, heal. So I encourage you to go deeper into moon magic, okay? And I feel like it will help you with, if you're feeling a lot of sorrow, I feel like it will help you. It will help give you catharsis. Allow a lot of this, like this energy, this dispirited energy, allow it to go in, funnel into this moon magic of releasing. You know, full moon magic. Have a rite where you're really releasing this energy. Allow the moon to take this energy and transform it for you. The crescent moon, the waning moon. There's difference. I keep saying crescent. I'm not even sure if that, I can't remember. I'm having a little mind deal. There's something about the crescent moon though for you guys. So definitely keeps coming up. So, and we have familiar guardian. Okay. I feel like for some of you, the ancestors are going to bring forth a familiar to you. Okay. As a gift for the work you're doing and to help you move this energy. This will be a spirit that helps you with divination, okay? This could literally be one of your ancestors that steps forward to be a divination kind of oracle type spirit that helps you. It could be a nature spirit. It could be different things. So please take what resonates. It really is going to be within your practice and your understanding what connects with you. All right. We have surrender. And I feel like that's really what is being encouraged here. Surrendering this energy. You don't need to hold it. Some of you guys, I feel like you need to experience it, like to connect with your ancestors, to honor them, and I get that. But even your ancestors are saying it's time to let it go. I'm sorry if you're hearing my stomach grumble. It's time to let it go. It's time to move forward with it. And some of you guys need to use some dragon's blood. It's very powerful, and it can help you release this energy. It can help you release the energy. Okay, we have a card that fell. Because there's a need to surrender it, to surrender this energy to the moon or the universe and move through it, okay? Because I feel like we have the weaver of life here and cooperation, okay? So I feel like the universe, God, goddess, it's all going to come together for you as this energy is released. You're going to see some of the manifestation magic you've done begin to blossom as this energy is released. Some of you guys are manifesting with the moon, and you've used magic to manifest with the moon. I'm hearing get more into the moon magic. Start studying it more. Start studying different ways to use it for you, group 3. I feel like it's going to level up your magic. Some of you guys have been using it, but not completely utilizing it in the most powerful ways. Some of you guys have been using planetary correspondence, but you haven't used it in deeper ways. And I'm encouraging you guys to go to the next level with that type of magic. If you have never used moon magic, or you've used it very sparingly, or never used planetary correspondence, I encourage you guys to do that. I feel like it's coming from your ancestors as well. Let's go ahead and see what we have here. We have the 7 of Pentacles. We have the 4 of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Emperor in reverse. Okay. All right. So I feel like specifically, I feel like the ancestors for you are talking about your money. So we have the 7 of Pentacles. So you've been working and not seeing results. Maybe you've casted magic on your manifestations of money or work, and it's not popping for you. It's not happening yet. You haven't seen it. It's extremely slow to manifest. Okay, and there's a need to surrender, to release it. Okay. Where your mind, your heart will follow. And if your mind is stuck on the blocks to how this manifests, like you can't see how it's going to manifest, it will be very hard for it to manifest. Okay, so here's how you can approach it, is understand that the magic's going to manifest in a very weird and odd way. It's not going to be through a normal pathway. Okay, if you can just place that thought on pretty much all the magic that you are working on to manifest, it allows the universe to come through for you without blocks. If you stop trying to correlate behaviors to how things manifest, like, when you're doing the magic, you might be thinking subconsciously or consciously, okay, so I need this money, and so it's going to come through my job because that's the only way I have money. So I'm going to need to get a promotion, and I'm going to need to get this much of a raise or a bonus or blah, 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 blah. Instead of thinking of it like that, just put the label, put the action on it, that it's going to come to you in a very unusual way. And that allows the universe to do what it needs to do to bring it to you. You don't know how it's going to come, but it's going to come in a very strange way. And you haven't put any kind of shrinking or constrictive thoughts on how things are going to manifest. There is a need here to surrender how things are going to work out for you. I feel like you get in your head about it. Because you can't see how it's going to manifest. Virgo energy here, Earth energy here, Taurus, Capricorn. Listen, honey, the universe has a magic all its own, and it's going to do what it needs to do to bring you as much as possible. Okay, but sometimes we get in the way of the universe because we tell it, well, we have this template for how it needs to happen, and if it doesn't happen this way, we just don't believe it can happen at all. That limits the universe. The universe is like, well, I'm going to have to really maneuver some stuff around, and that's going to make it really hard. I mean, I could do it, but you're going to have to give me some time, more time than maybe what you have. So if you can remove the need to control how it manifests, you really open up a whole can of worms. And the worms are gummy worms and they taste really good. So, you're going to want to do that. Okay. There's a need here to not be so controlling of your magic. Magic should have a wildness to it. Yes, we need all the traditions. We need all of, the correspondences like I just talked about. We need all those things. But don't forget your wildness. Don't forget your wild nature. Don't forget to howl at the moon. Don't forget to get out in nature and connect with your environment. Not the false matrix of the environment, the electronics and things, but nature, trees and plants and animals and the wind and the sun and night. Okay, it can be very powerful for a witch to connect with nature, and it can help us find our true power in a more profound way. It can really open us up to the mystical, the etheric. And I feel like for you guys, listen, when you are doing heavy lifting like this, I felt this in group 2. When you do heavy lifting like this, it is very easy to get in your head about logical things, to really allow the emotions and the heavy lifting to kind of hold you down and start to kind of restrict you. And that's why it's so important to be in balance. And that's what the lady and the Lord are here about. It's very important that you stay balanced in your approach. Okay, especially when you're doing heavy magic. And some of you guys, the money thing, people are like, oh, people try to manifest money all the time. Some people, when they manifest money, they're breaking the ties of poverty, curses of poverty and restriction, curses that like their ancestors who suffered and died from starvation. Like these are heavy bonds of restriction. Okay, so it's not just, oh, I'm trying to manifest money. No, I'm breaking generational curses, generational bonds that have kept my family down for eons. That's huge. And it takes major movements of energy, and it takes a major changing of the way you see your world and how it manifests. And sometimes we have to surrender to a little bit of magical chaos and allow the ancestors, our guides, to kind of move. Now, I will tell you, like if you're trying to break the bonds of poverty, it's very important that if you work with your ancestors, that you give them offerings. If you have an ancestor that you're working with that maybe you knew in your life and they liked certain things, give them those things. You may have ancestors come for you that ask for specific offerings. If they're safe, sane, and legal, give them to them. They're asking for reasons. They're asking because they didn't get. And you're showing them compassion. You're showing them that you invest in them, that you honor their memory. That's very healing, especially for ancestors who believe they've been forgotten. There's a lot of healing that happens, and you'll see it manifest in your own life. You'll see blessings begin to flow. This ancestor will begin to be one of your biggest cheerleaders. So also be someone who really will be very protective of your energy. And you can't have too many protectors, in the world. We have ribbons 33. I'm going to read this. For it lives in the silk of my binding, the knots in my truth, the eye of becoming, the witness swallowed in stillness. What I feel here, the Lord and the lady, I feel like things coming together for you, like union within your magic. Action and intention come together to create a kind of movement and success that comes forward for you and your ancestors. And I'm feeling like with this card, I'm saying, I win. We're winning. We're going to win. It's going to happen. You're going to find more cooperation. Things begin to flow for you. And this dispirited energy begins to really transform into magical energies of becoming. Now, I will tell you, it's important to get into an energy of receivership, of receiving from the universe, of getting out of our head about the things we're trying to manifest, allowing the universe to bring them in very odd ways, weird ways, and allowing ourselves to receive them, to receive those odd, weird ways and those wonderful things in odd and weird ways. Okay, we have the Three of Cups. Okay, we have the Four of Wands in reverse. We have the World, and we have the Knight of Cups. What I'm getting here with the Four of Wands, do not let disappointments, things that haven't flowered the way you wanted to, maybe your magic hasn't popped the way you wanted it to, do not let that keep you down. Okay? Do not let that keep you down, because if your magic doesn't fire, that was a learning experience. You're learning and you're growing. Those of us who have been practicing forever, we're still learning and growing. There's always more to learn. There's always more to know. There's always expansion. You know, no one's keeping score here. Okay? It's just a learning experience, and perhaps there's another way for you to do it. Perhaps your thinking was very restricted when you did that working, and now that you're starting to think in a more broader way, you're able to turn the card this way now and see the possibilities. Allow the universe to create these moments of magic in your life where everything comes together. Okay, we have the Three of Cups here, and I'm just feeling like there's a lot of support coming through. Okay, a lot of support. I think you're going to be kind of surprised. I feel for some of you, as the card is flipped and we allow the universe to move on our behalf, we release the need to control how it manifests. We get more into the moon. We are getting more into ancestor work. And we're becoming more comfortable with our own power in a balanced way. I feel like there is going to be important connections that are going to help you manifest these moments of manifestations of magic. I feel like for a lot of you, these could be your ancestors communing with you in these magical moments. I feel like some of you guys don't make your spell work enough of a ritual, or there needs to be some kind of special ritual with your ancestors. Okay, if you've been doing heavy lifting, or you want to do heavy lifting, or you're trying to manifest this this release of this poverty curse or poverty boundary, whatever this is, it's time for you to write a ritual or a spell for you to do. Okay, and go to your ancestors and use the moon and use dragon's blood in that spell. Okay, it's very powerful. Dragon's blood is just a powerful resin, a powerful ingredient into any spell work. It will just add a punch of power. And then we have the World here. So a new chapter, a chapter opening up for you, okay? An old way ending, an old time. And I feel like for a lot of you, this has to do with poverty. This has to do with lack. This has to do with, not enough things. And when you have that in family situations, when you have gone without things, you see the world through the eyes of lack, through the eyes of hunger, through the eyes of, why does everyone else seem to have things and I don't? Why do I go hungry and other people don't? Why is it like this for me? And if you experience that as a child, it can be a very isolating experience, okay? And I feel like that energy is being healed through the World card, okay? And I feel like there will be blessings that come forward. And we have the Knight of Cups here. And, this could be love, but I feel like for a lot of you, this has to do with your money. Things manifesting for you, opportunities, money coming from places you don't expect. Some of you guys, y'all need to check that list of lost money in your state. Okay, there's money waiting there for you. All you got to do, it takes a little bit. All you got to do is look for your name on the list. Every state has one. Okay, you need to go look. There's some lost money there. Okay, some of you guys, there's unexpected money on the way. For others, this is an opportunity. For some of you guys, this is your business taking off. Now, I'm going to encourage you also, if you own your own business, to look at moon magic, working with the moon and your ancestors with your business. Okay, using moon magic to cast work on your business. Okay, that's what I'm getting as well from Hecate. Use your skills and abilities and magic to to harness all of the most abundant and successful energies on your behalf, okay? Your ancestors want you to win, because when you win, they win. It's very healing, okay? So you have a lot of support here. There's just a need to surrender. There's a need to surrender on the how, the why, and the understanding. Sometimes we're not meant to understand everything in the time it's happening. Your understanding will come later. You'll see from a different perspective why things worked out the way they did, okay? And understand that sometimes things don't move super quick. Sometimes it takes a while to get things going, especially when you are breaking things that are, curses or behaviors that are based on generations of trauma and poverty and things like that. So give yourself a break. You've done a lot of work. There's a lot of healing here. So it takes time for it to manifest. So in the meantime, be kind to yourself. And I feel like with this Emperor in reverse, I feel like you are very demanding of yourself. And it's time for you to ease up on your demands. Allow yourself to be in flow. What do you mean, Amy? I mean, when you are doing something that you enjoy and you're totally engulfed in the moment. I get in flow when I'm reading, I'm doing these kind of readings. You're doing something you love and you're just in the moment, and that's all you're connected with is that energy. And it feels good. You feel like you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. That energy. That energy helps you open up the flow of resources, abundance, of energetic movement. So the more you can get into that flow, the better. So whatever that is for you, for some of you guys, it could be knitting. For others, it could be typing. For some, it could be playing the piano. Sometimes it's reading. It depends on what it is for you. So it's very individual. But once you find your flow, get in your flow and do your thing that gets you into energetic flow. It will really help you move into the energy of allowing the universe to bring things to you in surprising ways and allowing you to receive them. It's a beautiful thing when it happens. It really is. And I feel like your energy will kind of get lighter. And the more lighter your energy gets, the more you will know that you have not only switched your energy, but you are becoming fully aware that you are in receivership of the universe, bringing these things to you, manifesting these things for you. And as you become aware of that, you will begin to see things begin to manifest. Signs and symbols, yes, yes, yes. But things, we're talking about magic manifesting. Not just signs and symbols, but actual like money and things you didn't know you had before. Resources will start to appear that you didn't know you had before. Understand that it's not just money, it's resources. Resources count as money too. Okay, so it's a lot of things. All right, so yeah, that's what I got for you, Group 3. I hope this resonated. If it did, please let me know down in the comments below. I would love to hear from you guys. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I love to have you as a member of my tribe. And if you'd like to see more readings like this one, give me a thumbs up. And I'll see you beautiful, magical creatures next time. Bye, guys.